Alright guys, what's up? I'm back at you guys here. Yes, we are about to pretty much have a very short stream. I don't know if I should play music in the background, but I want this to be just you guys and us and I just hanging out, and there's no music in the background whatsoever. There's no distraction here. Just me just talking to you guys, and you guys just taking in, getting some new perspective, or just you know, enhancing your own understanding about me as a content creator in general. Um, Not as a foe, not as somebody you should envy or whatever, because I know a lot of people sometimes they subscribe to somebody. I'm not gonna say me, but they subscribe to somebody because they kind of like they like what the person does, but it's they envy them low key. And once they see the person doing something decent, they unsubscribe. I'm not trying to pull anybody out here, but it's just how it is. If you're about to, all right, guys. So basically, should I like lower these things volume? I think I'm loud already. But guys, today what we're gonna be talking about is why do successful MMOs fail? And this topic here, I'm sure not a lot of people have like tried to answer it, but it really haven't hit the mark, and they haven't really like made it as its own discussion topic, because it should be, even though it should be right. I feel like not a lot of people, like people who cover YouTube, I mean MMO content and stuff like that. I think that's the route I'm actually about to go nowadays, because there are just way too much beefs um, with like making content for MMOs these days. Like uh, first off, like if you are a YouTuber, you are a content creator for an MMO, and it is like a competitive MMO. Um, there are gonna be sides, like there are gonna be teams and stuff. You guys don't understand what I'm talking about, but you guys will understand it pretty soon. There are gonna be people who are like fans of this content creator, and they are against this type of content creator, and it's normal that that really happens, even though like you guys might not be expecting it, but that does happen. This is why like some people there are actually like beefs on YouTube, where some people can tell their subscribers to go to another person's channel and kind of like harass them or whatever. So what I'm talking about is true. There will be sides whenever like you are content creators trying to make stuff for YouTube and stuff like that. I'm gonna get rid of this dark. I don't need it, and there really isn't any space in my bag right now. So yeah, so when you're speaking about like size and stuff, like when I say that, I hope you guys now understand like what I'm talking about. Um, so that's why it's really difficult to make MMO content and be kind of like honest and just be true with yourself. I feel like whenever somebody's making MMO stuff, they either become like too shabby, like too fake or something like that, or they become too bland because they don't want to trigger anybody, or they don't want like, I don't know, they don't want to like gain any out of beef or something like that. Like, so that's just why I'm actually about to like release more videos like this, just basically discussing stuff, because really right now like there really isn't much I can talk about with Neverwinter, or much I can show you guys that you guys have not already experienced. And I cannot really show you guys PvP because the population right now is not that good at all. And I'm trying my best out here, like trying to like keep the hype up, even though like there really isn't no hype, to be honest. Um, and I'm sort of like getting a negative feedback or whatever, but it's cool, man. Like I'll do me, you guys do you. So today's topic basically, like I was trying to say, is why do successful free-to-play MMOs or free-to-play games actually fail? Like you hear success and then you like hear fail, and it's like, bro, those two things counters each other. How does it work? Basically what I mean is this game started being successful, or they go from nothing to being something, based on like couple of like support from either the community or like getting like new people in there, or new ideas like innovation and stuff. And then pretty soon they started self-destruct, like that's why I also included like this self-destructive nature of games that were free to play. And it's very simple. Like this is one of the reasons why a lot of these MMOs that comes out, they really cannot compete with World of Warcraft, or games like Final Fantasy. Even though like some MMOs that came out in the past or like are in development or whatever, all have died. If they were actually like not exploded or something like that, like not if they never like did things to like self-destruct themselves, we would have had a lot of decent MMOs out here with a crazy little variety among them. And that's why it just hit me, and I'm like, bro, why like we have like so many, like all these companies have like such a decent opportunity to make their own name. Why do they self-destruct? No. And the problem here basically it stems from like the overall mentality that developers and like companies have whenever they go free to play. Basically when they go free to play, the first thing that happens before they go free to play is basically they want to survive, right? Yes, they want to survive, so to make the game free to play so everybody can be able to play it, so the population can go up. Okay, so survival was the main reason why they went free to play, right? And to increase the population, right? But later on, once the population increase, okay, and they are not worrying about surviving anymore, the next thing that come into their head is how much money can we get from these people, or how much can we exploit these guys, or how much can we like chip in everything within the game and get away with it, like like at first like they were thinking about surviving. They were thinking like, oh man, like if it's like, like you are on a sinking ship, man, and then you start to pray and like, oh man, it's like, God, bro, like if you save me, God, like bro, you don't even know how much thanks I will give you, like every so and so day or whatever, I'll go to church, I'll do this and do that. And then something miraculous happened out of the blue, right? And then like somebody came with a live or whatever and it saved you. And then after you got on the live boat, pretty much you kick the person off or something like that, or you don't give a crap anymore about the situation that you were in earlier, right? And I feel like that, well, I'm about to die here. I feel like that's how most MMOs are these days, man. That's how these companies are. And I'm gonna give you guys an example with like Neverwinter, man. With most of these games, like the first thing you experience is the game comes out, it is pretty good, like it's quite incredible. Like you guys are like, man, like this game could be a competitor to like top cooperation products like World of Warcraft. Like, everybody compares stuff to World of Warcraft, right? Like we already know that like no game will be as competitive enough to be able to compete at World of Warcraft level. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't compare these games to World of Warcraft, because World of Warcraft does set a standard, and in a sense, like it does it on its own. And companies should also try to set their own standard and do their own things their own way. And like we're gonna be no matter what, we still gonna compare games. Like no matter what, we still gonna compare games. People still compare Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, and like all of these stuff, right? Like Battlefield and all that stuff. People still compare game, even if they are like different thing. Like if they are completely different thing, people will still compare them. So when you're talking about comparison, like don't really worry about it, because people will always do that. All right, so it's really intriguing like how these games comes out. Like I'm gonna give you guys another example. Like I never completed my explanation with Neverwinter yet, but I'm gonna give you guys a simpler example with Cube World, right? Cube World was a very simple game made by an indie solo developer. and his wife, I think, right? So two people pretty much. Keyboard came out like it was an adventure game. Okay, I know you guys do like when I said like we need adventures. We don't want like a dungeon like arcade game, right? When I was saying that, like I know you guys were like a little confused what I was talking about, but Keyboard is a pretty decent example. Even though it failed, it itself up. You know, like um it's mind-boggling, guys. It's mind like I'm sure like the fans of Keyword they themselves are like confused. They're like, dude, you have something so decent, what went wrong, you know? Like so this is the example with Keyboard. Keyboard was basically an adventure game. I never played it, but I've read about it and I watched a crazy lot of YouTube because I started getting fall in love with the art style of the game. And because you know, like I myself, I'm into like the indie stuff and just developing games or whatever. I kind of like, you know, I kind of like got inspired when I heard about Cubeword and how like this guy like Wally or whatever, how like something really good and like a crazy lot of people were like willing to pay for it, but then he just screwed up. Like I don't know, like he just messed everybody up so bad, and it was nothing. Nothing was at fault apart from his own effort, like apart from his own ability to like just just look forward and just continue with what he was doing, right? So Keyword, the story is basically the games came out. You could do crafting. It was a procedural generated map, and like it was crazy. Keyboard was crazy. Like there are different it was cute, right? A lot of people like cute things. Right? So like it was kind of like if some people would say the art style was childish, but it was its own stuff, you know. People compare it to Roblox, saying that it was a Roblox clone. So if you guys know Roblox, you guys already know like how Keyboard looked. I mean look, and you guys can actually look it up on YouTube or something. But Cubeward was a really decent game, you know. And fans of Cubeward actually get super pissed when you compare it to Roblox. Like that's how you know like people actually want your stuff. That's how you know people actually care about your product. Like it's not about money, bro. It's about making name. Like I don't know, man. Like I think I have like a very, I don't know, like it's a childish view or whatever, but I feel like your name, like making something that people recognize you for, is more than making money. Like recognition, bro. Like I don't know. I'm just like all about that proud life. But anyway, guys, like so how did Wally screw up? Um, the game in pre-alpha, basically there are like stages in like developing games. Pre-alpha, that's what I heard from people, right? Like in pre-alpha the game was really decent. It had like all the mechanics that people actually were interested in the first place. That's why they decided to like support a guy. It had like all these stuff and all these exploration, progression, and all that stuff. But later on, when the game got so famous, so popular, that once Wally like released a post like 600 share and plus, like everybody will go crazy, haywire or whatever, right? When the game got so popular, Wally decided to like go AFK for a long time, and he said he was working on the game. Again, this is what I heard from other people, and my research pretty much this is what I got. There's not like something that I experienced personally, but like I read like people who were super passionate about the game. I listened to them and all that stuff like that. Hey, look at this person. What's up, dude? It's actually a girl, and she don't have her clothes on. Bye, dude. Alright, guys, like I was, alright, where do we go next? There it is. Man, I'm just hunting this stuff, man. Like later on, maybe like tomorrow or whatever, we're gonna be doing some expedition. I'm thinking about finding a new style to farm for AD or something like that. But you know, the queue system works pretty well. But you know, just when I'm bored or if I'm doing like recording like this or something, I can show you guys a little bit of action going on in the background. or maybe I'll just do it like this all the time. But you know, we're gonna mix it up little by little. So that's what I was saying, man. Like Wally had like such a decent thing. Like people were willing to pay money. I bet if he made that game a subscription thing, like people will be willing to like spend on it and stuff like that. But the game went into I don't know, beta or whatever, and when people review it, all the promises, all the thing that was in the pre-alpha, right? Wally went ahead and changed it. Oh my god, will these things ever stop pushing me up? Wally went ahead and just screwed everything up, bro. Like that's what I heard from people. Like he messed. Oh my god, I'm about to die. Alright, I'm pop my seagull here so I can get some little hit point. Oh, no, no. Oh, I'm dead, I'm dead. Oh my goodness. I need help. I need some help. I need some milk. Is that guy a healer? Nah, he's a control wizard. Bro, control yourself over here, bro. I am dying, bro. Alright, never mind. So like I said, like I was saying, man, the same thing that happened with Cube World, basically a really decent game that had like so many dedicated fans and stuff, and these guys would literally like kill to to get that game the way it was earlier. They were like so enraged that I think like some of them even like sent toxic message to the developer himself, like threatening message and all that stuff. Like that's how people can, I don't know, that's how, if you make something decent, that's how people actually feel. That's how people feel like it's actually real. Like gamers love what they play. Like some gamers just, they can be passionate, they can be that strongly passionate about something, right? About your game. Like you might not know it, but that's how strongly they feel about your game. And this is like to developers, like anybody interested in development or whatever like that. Like that's what I'm saying, right? Like these indies guys and these companies, whatever. Like I don't know if you guys, like your agents or whatever, watch YouTube videos to like learn about communities, but I don't know. I'm just talking myself here, bro. Like, but people can get super passionate about stuff. And speaking about passionate people, like I feel like I'm a very passionate person about when it comes to this type of topic. So man, like with Neverwinter, okay, we're gonna get back to the Neverwinter example. Neverwinter, like the previous modules that came out, they were pretty good. Okay, they had bugs. Okay, it was obviously new, so there will be bugs. And I heard that people were being one-shotted in the vert. Dude, I was going to res him. Oh my god. I think I'm losing my my procs, my passives. Alright, I gotta get away. I need to wait a little bit for my passives to come back. Because if the longer I keep getting hit, the lower my passive get. Alright. I think I can heal myself now. Alright, cool. So Neverwinter came out, man. Like the game was just so incredible. Like the combat, everything, stats, everything. The game was just everything like you would have wanted, guys. Like the game was not World of Warcraft, but the game was its own World of Warcraft, if you know what I'm saying. Like the game was its own, like Neverwinter was a lone wolf. Like Neverwinter had it all, bro. Like Neverwinter was going its own way, and basically like it was an incredible game. It was a gem. Like if you found it, right, you knew you found something. But then like time comes, man. Like people, once the developers themselves noticed that the game itself was like this incredible, like that the game itself was a gem, instead of actually like investing into it and making it a lot more appealing, making it a lot more like upgrading it, you know, the quality and all that stuff. They actually decided to harvest the game. Like they actually decided to like reap from the game, you know. And and with a product like this, with MMOs, you don't want to reap. You don't want to reap that fast. You don't want to reap that heavily, right? Look at World of Warcraft. The reason why World of Warcraft doesn't get too much hate, the reason why World of Warcraft is still standing at the very top as the alpha, is basically he. Like I'm actually saying he now. World of Warcraft doesn't like try to consume from the people that follow it. Like it doesn't try to like if let me just put it into like an alpha type of perspective, right? Like you have these followers and all of these people who have like all these resources and talents, right? Some of them have money, right? Like for example, like let's say you are like a let's say you are just an influencer. You don't have that much money. You have like the ideas and all that stuff, and you know how to manage people, right? And all of these people have like really good interest in the type of thing that you are trying to do, and they are trying to invest in you, right? The wise thing to do pretty much will let the people who have the money, let them willingly try to give you the money, instead of you going to them and say, oh man, like I deserved it, like all trying to like corrupt them. Like they want to help you, you know, like they want to help. No matter what you do, they want to help you. But if they notice that you want to corrupt them, if they notice that you want to like rob them, like you want to turn what you are making into like a scandal or whatever, they are not going to support you. This is the same thing that happened with Oath the MMO. Like I know, like I don't know, it was like a scam from the beginning or whatever, but people did have an interest in it, even though it was the guys who were making it like already had like a plan to make it a scam. Like when it came out, I'm sure that they were thinking that people would not have that much interest into it in the first place, but gamers actually did, right? And the wise thing that the old developers could have done was basically keep that hype up, keep people invested, release videos, like show your presence, like show the people that really want to support you that you are actually there and stuff like that. Like instead of actually like going into the shadow. Like when developers go into the shadow, they don't want to like talk with the gamers, with the people who are so passionate about a game, that like that they actually tend to love your game more than you do, in a sense. Like if you actually shy away from those people, you are basically killing your product. And that's the thing that that's the main reason why games kill themselves, to be honest. Why developers kill their own product, their own baby. And it really sounds that brutal, and it really sounds that because it is, guys. Like I know, for example, Neverwinter been out for like 6.5 years. Like 2000, like it came out late in 2013, to be honest, right? Neverwinter never haven't been out that long yet, but come on, like the game that lasts 7 years and still have about 1,000. Actually before Mod 16 dropped, Neverwinter had like up to 5K daily active users, right? CCU, right? And it was actually like it could have hit a much higher rate than that, if they were a lot careful, and it can actually still get back up. But the reason why they are actually killing the game, why the developers are killing the game, is basically they want to reap. They want to take money out of the game so fast that they are not giving the game itself time to actually like ripen, like to ripe. Like it's kind of like they are violating the game, and the game is not even developed yet, you know. That's how I feel, man. Like you guys should wait. And here I go right into the Neverwinter stuff. My topic right now is not about Neverwinter, but Neverwinter is one of the greatest example of my topic today. And it's basically that developers who have already made a successful free-to-play game should just stop like being too too greedy, like, and just slow down just a little bit, and actually try to see the game through, you know. Like the game is an MMO, it's not gonna finish, you know. If you guys are like itchy to like develop something new, like if you've been working on a game for like 7 years and you guys are not like dedicated enough, like as compared to the developers behind World of Warcraft, you guys can actually like pull up something else, like it's not the only thing that World of Warcraft have. World of Warcraft have other type of games that they can actually like send people to, like other type of projects, like not other type of game like as heavy as World of Warcraft itself. Like Blizzard have other type of project, like they have the card games, they have all of these stuff. Like you guys, if you guys got bored, if you guys are getting bored like after 7 years of working on a game, like obviously you guys will get bored. And you guys really are itchy to like test new things out, test new mechanics out. Instead of making like your players forcefully experience what you forcefully want them to experience, why don't you guys test it out in something else, right? Why don't you guys make a battle royale? Like, I know you guys are gonna lose, like I mean you guys are gonna like lose. Actually it could be something good. Like if you guys are really that itchy to develop something new, right, then that means you guys are willing to put that much effort into making it successful, right? So if you guys are willing to put that much effort into it, then the chance of it like failing is pretty low. I mean, you guys already obviously need good ideas, but if you guys are that dedicated to like making something else, right, you guys should go for it. But don't forcefully try to. So this is another point, right? I know I'm not like going chronologically, but if I were if I was like the third point or whatever would be like developers try to put too much stuff into the game, even if the players don't want it, and developers try to upgrade a game way too much and to do that way too often that the game itself loses its originality. English is not my first language. You guys already know that. So that's my second advice. Like we I know like people want upgrades, people want updates and stuff, they want new enchantment, new gears and all that stuff. But once like developers like start making these things and they start like making it way too fast without like analyzing the core aspect of what made their game successful in the first place, at some point it actually ruined the game. Little by little, it actually happens little by little with all of these convenient stuff that players keep asking for and stuff like that. Pretty soon, as soon as you look like your hardcore game that had like these raids and like these super decent mechanics actually turn into like a wait for queue type of stuff, like where like people don't even play the game anymore. All they do is just wait around and wait for queue. That's how World of Warcraft is nowadays. And you actually end up spending most of your time working on cosmetic and actually instead of actually making content for your actual game. And you know, like I know World of Warcraft is actually going into a wrong path little by little, and a lot of people are complaining about it because, you know, maybe World of Warcraft is probably like trying to harvest. When I say World of Warcraft, I mean Blizzard. When I say Neverwinter, I mean like the developer behind it. I don't have time to like keep remembering their names, but you guys know what I mean. Like, if it is your game, it is you, you know. If you put a bad reputation on it, then that's you. That's how you are, you know. That's how the company is, right? So I am this would never end, guys. But I am pretty soon I'm about to log out. Basically that's what I wanted to say, guys. Like, developers basically like they rush to like to reap from the game, and they change in mentality, and basically like the impatience and not being dedicated to the game as much as your fans are, is basically the most important thing that actually like kills a game. And I feel like a lot of people really don't like explain this part as clearly as I just did. But that's it. That's everything in a nutshell, guys. um when you make your game free to play, you get a crazy lot of people interested into the game, and the game like is alive. Yes, you do want to make money afterwards, but don't rush it, you know. Don't try to sneak behind the people who are trying to enter the game for the first time, or the people who have been in the game for a while and they actually work for all that progression, that all their that level caps items, like their gears and all that stuff. Don't try to undercut these guys by giving like the new players super fast stuff that'll make them catch up in no time, and just making end game full with noobs, guys who don't even know how the game works in the first place. You take them and you put them in end game. um, an example of the actual error that this actually causes is basically in the ranks. Basically, is like if you are playing MOBA and somebody took your account and they harvested levels for you, and then you end up in a rank that you are not supposed to be in. You know, it actually feels odd, and that's how MMOs are nowadays. Like people keep, like developers keep rushing these people to end game, or just like so many convenient stuff that the game itself just, it just feel like a bunch of patches. Like there is no hierarchy, nothing like that, you know. And that's how the game themselves killed themselves, you know. And that's what I want to say in my videos, I mean my stream today. uh yeah, guys, so thanks for watching. This was just a recording. But I hope you guys appreciated this, and if you are new, go ahead and subscribe. um Yeah, thanks to all my subs, man. Like you guys had a reason why I make these videos, these streams or whatever. And yeah, peace out. I gotta sleep. I got classes tomorrow. Peace out. 6 play night. Signing out, guys.